point I've often seen you emphasize with groups is the decision point, the point where you move from a problem to a choice. Why is that so important to you?
Well, it's really important because what I've experienced over time is when a group talks about a problem, they can kind of talk about it for a long time and obsess about it. We have this problem, our client base is aging, or we have a new competitor, or our margins are down, and they'll often send people out to analyze this problem, and they'll come back with reams of data about the problem, and I just never see any progress on that. And when I see progress happens is when the group in question starts to think about a choice. They imagine doing something to make that problem go away. And so that's what I now emphasize with groups. Step one is to say, how could we possibly make that problem go away? And I do this thing with them where I say, just tell me a happy story. You know, you've been telling me about this problem. Tell me a happy story about that problem being gone. And then what was the thing you had to do in that happy story to make that problem go away? There's a choice. And as soon as they get to that point, what I find is the entire conversation changes because they imagine the problem going away on the basis of making a choice.
So framing a choice moves us from abstraction, an abstract problem that we have to think a lot about, to concreteness, a choice we need to make in order to move forward. That's an incredibly important dimension, and it also makes the stakes incredibly clear. So the issue is that our manufacturing plant is inefficient. The choice is invest $500 million to retrofit it and make it work, or shut it down, take the write-off, and put all those people out of work. That's a meaningful choice that is going to spur you to action instead of just analysis.
Absolutely, and it also, I think yours is a very good example because I think it engages both the head and the heart, right? The idea of shutting down a plant and laying off all those people, that's a heart-rending kind of choice. And for companies to become motivated to do something, they have to address both the head and the heart part of the choice. And so the minute you say, I'd have to do something that has consequences, you start engaging that. And I think one of the things that immediately happens when you say that, oh yeah, we have to invest $500 million, which is a hell of a lot for us, or shut the plant down, immediately other people in the room will say, oh, but we could do this instead, or this instead. You start to get a diversity of choices out on the table. So the framing tends to open the floodgates for people to imagine other happier stories.